Bonaduce, life coach. Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
It is Life Coach, and you can send an email if you want to contact that way at lifecoach@kzok.com, or you just call up at 1-800-252 I was going to say divorce is our phone number. It's not. 1-800-252-1025. It is brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce Remand. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let us go to the phones right now and talk to my friend Dog Boy in Tacoma. What up, Dog Boy?
Hey, how you doing this morning?
All good, man. What's happening with you?
Well, I got a little bit of an issue. I've been married. We've been together almost 20 years.
Right.
I love my wife. She's a beautiful woman. Classic Dutch girl.
Cool.
But when she gets dressed, I can't get the woman to wear something that looks like she didn't crawl out of a donation bin.
Well, here's what my response to you is: thank your lucky stars. So that's your problem with your wife that you've been with for 20 years. And I'm saying she doesn't dress badly. You called me up. She dresses like a homeless person, and you're not in love with it. But there are other fish to fry. Talk to your friends if you want, or I don't know who else you're going to talk to. You certainly can talk to me. There are other problems out there, and they're kind of severe. Now, are you embarrassed by what she wears?
Sometimes, yes. And it has caused a few arguments.
I'm sure everything causes a few arguments, but if you think about the way I look at people, I think Stevie Nicks sometimes dresses like she's homeless and just came out of, she picked up her clothes from the floor, and now she's all disheveled. So how have you talked to your wife about this, or have you?
I have talked to her about it. Apparently, I did it the wrong way.
Yeah, there's no great way to talk. I was thinking as I'm taking her call, I'm going, all right, how can I pull from my personal experience about this? And I didn't like the way my ex-wife dressed, and I still don't appreciate the way my ex-wife dresses. But I told her maybe once and or twice, and I thought, this is never going anywhere. Also, I hated my ex-wife's hair, and all she had to do was do something a little bit different, or take these ridiculous, expensive hair extensions out. It was never going to happen, and I eventually thought, hey, just bite the bullet on this. You're just going to lose this fight. So have, some conversations with her. And if it starts to go really bad, I got to tell you, Dog Boy, I wish I had better advice for you. Or actually, it's good advice. Suck it up on this one. You're with a girl, you're changing who they are when you change how they dress. It's how she sees herself. You're never going to win that fight. As a matter of fact, I'd say the next time you look at her and she thinks she looks totally homeless, you should compliment her on her appearance. What's it cost you? It sounds like she's a great, classic Dutch girl. See you, Dog Boy. I like that Dog Boy guy.
Susie in Bellevue, you're on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hi, Susie.
Hey.
Ooh, man. What's up?
So, I work with somebody that's constantly late, always full of excuses, drives me nuts. I don't like this person. I don't respect this person, even though I don't know them very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you?
You just cut out the end. You have an annoying coworker who's always late, and you have no great respect for this person. Is that what you said?
Yes.
All right. And what's your specific question for me?
How do you feel about that? I mean,
well, I feel it's a drag.
I'm trying to get over my annoyance, but it just bugs me so much.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm not making this up. I used to go home from a super high-paying job. It was the best job financially that I'm ever going to get. And I hated my coworker so much, and she was just a bad person. Everybody else hated her too, and she had a filthy mouth and just a terrible person. And I would say to my wife, I was saying, I'm a whore. I go to work every day for money. I am a whore. And you know what? I also feed my kids. So here's my recommendation. You can get another job. You can always get another job. But until you have one, here's my advice for you. Suck it up. You're one of the people that has a job. You're one of the luckiest people in the world. Did you know that the poorest person in America is rich in about 130 other countries? Suck it up. Go to work. If she annoys you enough to get another job, don't quit. Go get the other job first. But until you do something to change the situation, you just go to work and do your very best job. Hey, and there's a very good chance that she'll quit or the bosses will find out. The bosses can't love her. She's late a lot. But until you get something else, here's my advice to you. You have an annoying coworker who irritates you. Suck it up and be thankful for the job right now. See you, Susie.
This is Danny Bonaduce, life coach, 800-252-1025. If you've got a question, now would be the time to call that number. Bob in Stanwood, you're on with Danny.
Hey, Bob.
Mr. Bonaduce, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Bob. How are you?
I'm not so good. That's why I'm calling.
Oh.
I just moved up here from San Francisco.
Right.
I moved up here to help my brother out, hard times, stuff like that. He moved on. He's out on the road. He's an airplane technician, and I love my brother, but for all of you listeners, don't fly, because my brother may have worked on your airplane. So don't fly.
That's hysterical, man. All right, we have some advice from Bob. If you're going to be on one of his brother's airlines, don't go. All right, so what can I do for you, man?
My sister-in-law, my brother's wife, is in love with me. I've moved into the household. My brother has moved out. I'm the breadwinner, and she just assumes that I've assumed the role of husband and father and breadwinner, and she wants to be my wife, be my lover, and this is my brother's wife.
Yeah, it is.
And I have tried everything under the stars to tell her this ain't never going to happen.
Have you ever thought? Have you ever thought about doing the deed?
God. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. If your life was a sitcom, like a real Holmesy sitcom, like the Brady Bunch or something like that, I'd say, here's my plan. Act on these feelings, and she'll get scared, and she'll run away, and she'll run back to the arms of her husband. The problem is, life is not the Brady Bunch, so don't do that. Don't do that at all. So your direct question is, how do you get this girl to fall out of love with you, if you will? I don't know. I've talked to you for a few minutes now, Bob, and I find you awful charming myself, so I can see what the problem with this young lady is. Does your brother know?
Oh, yeah. I've even tried the Ted Bundy effect. You know, I've sat on the couch.
You wanted to
with
sell
my
her
hand.
shoes?
She just will snuggle up next to me, you know, and maybe help my hand a little bit.
Okay, well, and first of all, I'm going to say, no harm, no foul. Nobody's done anything terrible. I cannot tell you how uncomfortable I would be. You know, you're sitting there, you're watching TV, you got a blanket around you, all of a sudden she's no longer holding her hand. She's rubbing her hand up your thigh. This is a real problem. What does your brother say about this, Bob?
It destroys him. He's mortified because his wife finds me more attractive than she does him. But he's a good guy. He
so
would never
everybody wants to sleep with Bob. Do I have this call correct that everybody wants to do the nasty with you?
Except Tori.
Except Tori. Well, I'll tell you, if that boat ever sails, I would check into that. Here's the thing you need to do, man. You need to get together with your brother, because this is going to, all he has to do is think you've done something, and this is crazy. You absolutely have to talk to him, not to hurt his feelings, but serious biz. Pretty soon, she's going to have a couple of drinks or just getting mad enough to say something stupid. You need to address this before your family is torn irreparably apart. So talk to your brother about this, since he seems to know about it. And then if that doesn't work, you need to get the hell out of there. This is going to go so far south. So that's what you do, man. You have a united front with your brother, talk to the lady involved, and then if that doesn't work, you get the hell out of Dodge. Good luck, Bob. I appreciate the phone call. What is it, Sandman next?
Sandman in Auburn, you're on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Sandman, have you met Dog Boy? Just want to get all my pals. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, Danny?
All good.
Say, so this problem has been going on for, well, probably at least 20 years now.
Right.
Or no, 30 years. I have a 51-year-old alcoholic, drug addict sister and her boyfriend now living at my 73-year-old mother's house.
Oh, Jesus.
My mom goes to work every day. Anyways, this has been going on
How much? Let me ask you a question.
30 years.
Let me ask you a question. How much stuff did they steal from your 73-year-old mother?
You know, I mean, in the past, it's been things like, you know, $800 digital camera. I mean, the other things just coming to the top of my mind. I don't think it's been a lot. My mom has enabled her forever. She doesn't have to really steal.
Oh, okay.
You know, she pays her way.
By the way, I'll tell you this. Just because your mom enables, and I know a lot about addicts, maybe that's how the life coach started, but just because your mom gives the money absolutely does not mean they won't steal. There's never going to be enough for an addict, a working addict. You know, if you give if Will's living in my house and he's a full-blown addict, and I go, here, man, here's $100. Try and take care of himself. He'll say thanks and steal $17 that I've left out. They're addicts. If you don't know what their job is, then shame on you. You've got to know what's going to happen to you dealing with addicts who are, they're the midlife people at this day, and they're still acting this way. You got to know they are going to steal. So, what is your question for me, Sandman?
My question is, about every 3 years, I want to go over there and grab her by the hair and drag her right out of the house and tell her never to come back. Of course, my mom doesn't want to do that, and she's like, well, yeah, I'm going to tell them, I'll give them a month or whatever. Well, of course, this month is coming past, and I want to go over there again today and say, both of you got about 5 days to leave and just get the hell out of there.
Is there any chance they'll go, Sandman? Because I agree with you. I agree with you. Go over there today. Tell me you got a couple of days to get your things in order and then get the hell. She's 73 and deserves better for this. But here's the problem. If they won't go, don't cause that problem. But will they go? Can you buy them out?
I don't know.
I would suggest that alcoholics and drug addicts always need another 20. That's what it'll take. Just another 20, another $50, and I'll be good. I don't know if that's the best way to go, but it's the way I'm saying to go. Whatever the way it is that'll make people get out of their house without throwing a fit. Because you could, and you'd be right to go throw them out of your 73-year-old mother's house. But if nobody's going to yell and scream, if you got $100 in your pocket and say, hey, why don't you go get your drugs, whatever you do, and don't come back here ever. And then change the locks on these people. You do have to get your mother behind you, or she's going to let them in. But the question was, when do I say enough is enough and throw them out? And the answer is today. And you're good to put up with as long as you have, and you're good to deal with the 73-year-old mom who's doing this. You must be upset with everybody. You're a good guy, but today's the day. You go tell them they got 3 days left and they got to go, and then make sure that they go. Thanks for the call, Salmon. Hey, that is all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach today. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones. Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.